My first recorded public appearance is a photograph of my mother and father and Lou Grade at a charity ball 7 hours before I was born. Apart from a slightly panicky look in my mother's eyes, no one could ever tell that she was about to deliver her firstborn. She is smoothly blonde, soignée, and flanked by the two young dinner-jacketed men. My father, Joe Collins, and Lou Grade were at that time partners in the theatrical agency Collins and Grade. They had the suitably smug expressions of men about to become father and godfather for the first time. Although Lord Lou Grade, as he is today, never became my official godfather, he and my parents were then, and for many years to come, so close both in business and in their personal lives that he was Uncle Lou to me, and he took a personal interest in me when I was a child. Mummy and Daddy were bridesmaid and best man when he married a lovely young singer, Kathleen Moody, during the war, and until Mummy's death in 1962. She and Kathy were the closest friends, although the business relationship between my father and Lou had long been dissolved. I was in awe of my father for so many years that it is even now hard to write about him without the feeling he may get cross with me. Throughout years of analysis and soul-searching, with intellectual and emotional knowledge of myself and my relationships, Daddy had always been a frightening figure rather than a father figure. There is no doubt that some of my quests for the eternal love of impossible men were to capture Daddy, as there is no doubt that I had his love for at least the first 5 or 6 years of my life. I was born in a Bayswater nursing home in North London on May 23rd, sometime between the end of the Great Depression and the beginning of the war. Any woman who would reveal her age would reveal anything. Thus spoke Oscar Wilde, and I agree with him. According to my parents and relatives, I was the world's most adorable-looking baby, but lacked the personality to match. Gemini children are mercurial and moody, charming and delightful one minute, totally impossible the next, and I was a typical Gemini. My baby looks were so appealing that my ever-vigilant mother had a printed sign, "Please do not kiss me," displayed in my pram whenever we took our morning strolls. Beautiful bonny babies must have been rare in North London then, for Mummy was often fighting off women, begging to kiss, hold, or adopt me. I was so overprotected that my mother even put ice cream in the oven for a few minutes before I ate it, so the chill should be off. It was an idyllic infancy and early childhood. We lived in a flat in Maida Vale, 3 or 4 blocks from Regent's Park. Daddy worked at the agency with Lou and adored baby Joan and Mummy. One of the reasons I was called Joan was because they had wanted a boy to have been called Joe Jr., no doubt, and my name was the closest feminine equivalent. Throughout my first 15 years, whenever my mother called out, "Joe!" I would often answer. My adoration for my father was intense. At nursery school, I told the other kids that my father was the tallest and handsomest man in the world. Handsome he was, with jet black curly hair, which he would slick flat to his head with 3 layers of Brill cream, dark brown flashing eyes, and a finely chiseled profile. Tall? Well, hardly. One day I realized to my disappointment that my father was only about 5'10". There is a yellowing photograph in an old family album that epitomizes, for me, the idealistic father-daughter relationship, and it is my favorite picture of him and me. I am 4 or 5 years old, gap-toothed, large bow in hair, and wearing a pretty sunsuit. We are in some faraway summer vacation land.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.